Yeah, football is an Irish sport. It's like a mixture of rugby, Australian rules and soccer. You can score a goal, which is 3 points. You can put it over the crossbar for 1 point. You're allowed to run with the ball, take 4 steps with it, and then you have to solo it. So kick it off your foot, and you're allowed to solo it as many times as you want, but you're also allowed to bounce the ball. But you're not allowed to bounce the ball twice in a row.
It's like basketball, volleyball, soccer and rugby thrown into a blender.
You can do a hand pass. You have to strike the ball off your other hand. Cannot be a throwing motion. Kick pass, so kicking to another player. And then, yeah, typically you just pass it around and then score either a point or a goal.
My name's Tiernan Mahady. I'm from County Meath in Ireland. I grew up playing GA from a young age, under 8s maybe, right up to minor, to under 21 maybe. And then I went away for it for a lot of years until we started Isle Rovers here. I've never stopped watching hurling and football from home. And every time you watch a game, you get the itch. It's there. And I would watch it fairly regularly. It's the lifeblood of some rural communities, not just rural communities, towns as well. It's a massive part of the Irish culture. So I met Dan Bagnall in the fall of 2018, and straight away I just floated the idea of it, and both agreed and said it to my wife. My wife was like, let's do it. Straight away I mentioned it to John Fee and Emily Rotherham, and they bought into it, and we started the club in 2019. We started up just before COVID was hitting. We got about 6 training sessions in before COVID hit, and we were getting massive numbers and really were building momentum. And then when COVID hit, it just killed everything with all the sports at the time, and it really affected us because we were just getting started. But gradually it's gotten to grow. It's not growing quickly, but it's grown, and it's just took on its own kind of life with where we're at now, how many Canadians are on the team, how many new people you get to meet, and how many friends you make from it. It's just rolling with it. Even every year is different. Every year is new challenges, different things. But yeah. So our men's team this year, we competed in the Highland Games at the start of the year. It was in Victoria. We were close in every game and competed well, and it was fantastic weekend, and really enjoyed the weekend. And then we followed that into the Vancouver Championship, where we reached the semi-final. It was a fantastic achievement for our lads. And we then went into the Canadian Championships in Vancouver, and we narrowly missed out on getting to the semi-final in that. It was a great weekend. We've brought on a lot of new players who, every time they go out, are playing better and better, which is fantastic, very satisfying to see, and they're enjoying it. Challenges of the men's team, it's only one challenge really. It's just getting enough players to travel to Vancouver. John Fee there organises most things to do with the club, to be honest, but he's always looking for guys when it's coming up to the weekend. Who can we call? Because it's a massive commitment. It's a long day over there. Long way over, long way back. It's a whole day commitment, and it's expensive too. But for me, I've no problem. I love it, but it's a massive commitment, and I massive appreciation for all our guys that do come. But that's the problem, is getting the players out because of where we are. Our women's team are awesome. They don't have the same problems with numbers. I think, to be honest, they have a very, very close knit group there, where they meet up all year round. not including football. They just have a very close friendship group there, and more and more of them are buying into that. It's a great team, so it's very easy to get numbers when you're winning too. Some amazing players there, Canadian and Irish. There's some of the Canadian women there that are fantastic, and that's amazing for our club too, which is massive for us. So yeah, I'm massively proud of our women's team.
Yeah, so I'm Laura, originally from England. Grew up playing, mostly soccer.
And I'm Michaela. I'm from the States originally, and I grew up playing a lot of basketball, volleyball, softball, basically all sports with your hands. So Gaelic, trying to use my feet is a struggle. So I played rugby in Korea, and when I moved to New Zealand, one of my friends that I played rugby with had started playing Gaelic. And so she asked me to go, and I looked at some videos, and I said, this sport looks really weird, and she said it is, but the people that play are really cool. And so I joined, and I was hooked.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it, even though I'm from England. Never heard of the Irish sport. But then moved to New Zealand, was in Auckland, met Michaela. Yeah, started playing, also fell in love with it. Played for a couple of years in New Zealand, and then when we moved here, we found a team. We've been playing for nearly 4 years. My style of play, I would say, is very attacking. I typically will never defend, unless I very much have to. But yeah, very attacking. I'm quite normally relatively fast, and I typically run away from people, run into space, get the ball, and then aim for goal. I
would say, aggressive. I'm not very fast, so I have to make up for my lack of speed by, throwing a few shoulders here and there, and I'm definitely gonna run through someone instead of around them.
Nick's read of the game is amazing, and her knowledge of where the ball's going to be at what specific time, where it's going to be in the air, where it's going to bounce, is pretty amazing.
I always joke that if there's tons of people here, Laura's sprinting in the opposite direction, but I think it's really good because she is so offensive focused that she's always running towards the goal, and she's also really fast. So I can just get it over her defender. I know that she'll get it and score.
Nick normally sends the passes through to me, and then I'm able to convert them, which annoys her no end. But
I do the hard work, and then she gets the glory. That's what I always say.
You've more recently started scoring more goals though, so
Yeah, I don't think in other sports you'd be able to I guess it depends on your position, but yeah, where we play in Gaelic, we are able to link up a lot, and it is just pretty cool. And in general, it's really cool to play with your partner. And then to be able to actually link up a lot is pretty awesome.
Again, a lot of people think it's quite a contact heavy sport. And even though the women's game is classed as non-contact, Michaela has several bruises most games, so there's definitely a lot of contact. But if you run away from everyone, there's no contact. And as someone who does not really like contact and is pretty much a wimp, I would say anyone can play as long as you're just smart in either running through players or running away from them. I think the last few years we've played pretty well, but this year we definitely recruited a few additional players that just took to the game really well, and just complemented the squad in a way that some of the other years we haven't. And we started just playing really, really well. Yeah. And I think defensively we were pretty good, and then we've always been relatively good on attack. And again, like I said, our playing style is that we score goals, so for every goal that we're scoring we're getting 3 points instead of just getting the 1 point, so we're able to kind of pull out big leads from some teams. So but it was a very good season overall.
It was a hard fought semis. I would say in general, like, you know, with the Vancouver teams, like, they're going to show up. They're going to have tons of people. They're young. And they're going to, like, put up a fight. And so I just feel like, you know, every game we have to kind of show up and bring our best and hope that we have enough players.
Yeah. We're not a big team, and so we typically, we have to kind of arrange everything with very little people and very little funds. And yeah, I think the amount of work, just even from the coaching perspective, like I say, John plays on the men's team, but also coaches both the men's and the women's team. And yeah, he's had some help from me and Nick, and sometimes Tiernan as well from coaching, but not much. But he sort of does it very graciously, and yeah, hours and hours he must spend kind of like researching drills, ideas, and then turning up. He's kind of taking all the pieces of our team and all the different sports and the way we decide to play, and kind of made us gel
and dealing with a lot of us. Like, it's not an easy task. Running trainings, like, for both the men and women, as he's trying to play himself. That's a tough job, tough role to do.
Yeah, I think the team on the island as well is, we're typically a bit more laid back because we live on the island, but also our team is definitely, well, most of us, especially on the female side, are non-Irish, and so most of us are learning new skills, and we don't have some of the history with the sport. And so, I think that also just helps with the vibe of our team. And I think we also play the game very differently in a way. I think because we're all from so many different sporting backgrounds, and John, the coach, is pretty relaxed with how his coaching style and everything. And so we kind of don't play to the normal mould. I think we just have a very different playing style, and that.
Like, Gaelic is a hard sport, and it can be really hard on your body, and so to see like people from age like early 20s to like in their 50s on Van Isle playing is really cool. We were actually talking about this. Almost half the team is moms, which is insane. Like, I always thought it was impressive, and then like actually being like a mom myself, it's like actually insane the amount of organizing and like everything that goes into like getting just yourself to the game, and then also getting a child to the game as well, or getting someone to look after the child or whatever. And so the fact that like half our team does this, it's no mean feat, because it's it's exhausting. So I think that that's like really special, and like shout out to the people on the sidelines at trainings and at the games and everything, because there'd be at least our kid plus other kids usually that needed fed or someone to chase them or whatever, and so it really does take like a village to help all the parents look after the kids. So like a huge thanks to everyone that like did help us corral our daughter like while we were playing and training, because it's not always an easy job.
And also kudos to John, the coach, because he also, I remember in a couple of the games, I think there were kids screaming on the sideline, and mums just having to run off the field, and John being like, oh, okay, I guess we're subbing, and having to just sub somebody in that was maybe not even a like for like switch in terms of positioning, but just kind of he rolled with it, which was pretty cool, and so it definitely made everything a lot harder, but it kind of makes it more meaningful.
Your Rovers on 3. Leave it all out there, guys. Okay.
Last game.
1, 2, 3, Rovers!
I'm never confident, and I think for every match, even though we have a really good team, I think just the element of not being Irish sometimes really plays on my mind. That you're going to come across a team that have played for so many years. They're all Irish. They're just so well drilled in the game that I think always in the back of my head, I always just think that's going to happen, and regardless of how good we are, we're just going to get creamed because we're not fully Irish. And so I'm typically never confident. But I think that's also just my nature.
You're English after all. It felt like it started off a bit not really to our advantage, and I was kind of like, oh, here it goes again. Like we get the numbers, we get to the finals, and then for me, I was just like, we're so close, and we have the numbers, and I just felt like it was our year, and I definitely remember just thinking yeah, but it's not gonna happen.
I think it was one of the worst games I've played as well. I struggled a lot, and I don't think I even scored a goal, or I don't think I scored any points in the final, which again
is crazy.
Sort of atypical for me. I find a lot of the games as well, the game will kind of just be back and forth with different momentum. And so I think because in Gaelic football, when you score a point or a goal, it stays with the goal that's just been scored on. And so sometimes then you can just be pound goal after goal after goal if you can't get the ball back out of your half. And so I think at the beginning of the final, I think that was starting to happen, and we were again, I think our heads started to drop a little bit, and just in oh God, it's happening again.
We'll just keep switching on those. Yeah.
We just need to get in front of them and make them turn back, and then we can put pressure on them. Very winnable game, everyone.
Yeah, we got it. Let's go. 30 minutes. That's what we got.
Rovers on 3.
1, 2, 3. Rovers!
After the half, I just was I seriously just remember thinking this is gonna happen again.
Yeah.
And then just also me being well, I can't let that happen. We have to do everything we can. And so, and I guess other people must have felt that, and I think we all just kind of banded together. We've been like so close for like so many years, so it was nice to like finally get the victory, especially with not very many like true Irish that have played before coming to Canada. So I think that's like makes it a little bit sweeter as well.
First of all, I'd like to say thanks so much to ISLC. We played you a few times this year and it's always a battle. You're a tough team and no doubt you'll be back here next year in the final, probably against us. To our team, John, really words can't thank you enough how much you do for this club. You've grown the club since 2019 and you're the front man and we're all just behind you. This is for you as much as it is for us. To the girls, we only have 2 Irish people on the team, so you know the game is really growing and it's great to see. Fair play to you for coming out, lads. I don't know if I'd start a new sport at 13 and you're all class at it. It's not easy coming over here 3 or 4 weekends in the summer when we all have plans, but Silver will be worth it tonight.
I think as a team, I was super proud that we managed to actually win a final because I think we've been banging on the door for a couple of years, but just never able to just quite make it over the line. And normally that was mostly because after so many games in Vancouver, it just got to a point where we were struggling to get the players over for the final game. So to finally actually have like a full squad for the final game and then to perform really well and win, was really, really great.